the biggest obstacle to a person's growth is not laziness, but a lack of mental energy. Mental energy refers to a person's psychological capacity, and its magnitude determines one's cognitive ability to act, and self-control. A typical manifestation of a lack of mental energy is feeling like you know everything but can't accomplish anything. You clearly have the ability and ideas, but you always have a fleeting enthusiasm for doing things, easily give up, aim too high but achieve too little, and are confused, timid, internally conflicted, anxious, fragile, and prone to overthink without achieving anything. In short, a lack of mental energy means insufficient inner motivation to put your knowledge into practice. Not that you don't know, but that you can't do. The fundamental reasons for a lack of mental energy in a person are insufficient energy, exercise, ability, and confidence. Most people grow up following rules and routines, with their lives revolving around studying, learning, schooling, and working, lacking diverse growth experiences. Without real-life experiences, there is no practical exercise, and without practical exercise, there is no problem-solving ability. Without problem-solving ability, there is no confidence in handling challenges, and without confidence, there is no courage or boldness to take action. Naturally, one instinctively avoids and gives up, creating a vicious cycle of being stuck in the same place. To break this vicious cycle, one must start by cultivating mental energy. Mental energy is a finite resource that is consumed but can be enhanced like muscles through exercise. Thus, there are two ways to possess strong mental energy: increasing sources and reducing consumption. Increasing sources means enhancing mental energy and continuously building inner confidence. When a person fully acknowledges their self-worth and believes they can achieve things, they will find every possible way to reach their goals. This self-recognition generates a continuous intrinsic drive. However, a person's self-recognition doesn't arise out of thin air. It is built through continuous positive feedback and successive victories. In other words, you should not wait for your mental energy to strengthen before taking action. It gets stronger through sustained action. The most efficient way to exercise mental energy is to actively confront fear. The greater the fear you overcome, the stronger your mental energy becomes. This is why many business schools organize entrepreneurs to trek across the Gobi Desert, as such experiences are breakthroughs not just physically, but also psychologically. Ordinary people don't necessarily need extreme methods like crossing the Gobi Desert. We can create many experiences to overcome fear in daily life. The specific methods are as follows. First, identify fear. Whenever you notice yourself avoiding or retreating, such as being afraid of socializing, public speaking, or conflict, you need to identify your true inner fear. Is it risk, face, cost, pressure, or something else? Second, actively step in. Once you recognize your fear, actively cultivate the abilities needed for that task and overcome the fear with your abilities and resilience. For example, learn to swim if you're afraid of water, hike if you're afraid of fatigue, or speak publicly if you're afraid of embarrassment. In short, actively engage in things that make you fearful and learn how to control and overcome fear through your abilities, regaining control over your inner state and actions. Third, accumulate victories. In psychology, there is a winner effect, meaning previous victories make subsequent victories easier. Winners keep winning, and the strong get stronger. Continuously create victories over fear for yourself. The more victories you accumulate, the stronger your inner self becomes, and your mental energy will be greater. When real difficulties and setbacks arise, you will have the confidence to face, act, and challenge them instead of shrinking back to square one. If you find this method too difficult, you can try reducing consumption, protecting your limited mental energy, and reducing its consumption. To achieve this, simplify everything with the following 3 steps. 1. Simplify goals. Wanting everything means wanting to do everything, leading to a mountain of goals that appear ambitious but are actually greedy. The first step in protecting mental energy is to curb desires and greed. Learn to give up and make trade-offs. Understand your current situation, evaluate your conditions and resources, and focus on what is most important now. Then concentrate on one goal that must be achieved, no matter what. 2. Simplify actions. Actions and returns follow the Pareto principle. 80% of returns come from 20% of actions, which are effective actions. Many people don't achieve results in learning, working, or entrepreneurship because they like to exert average effort and switch between actions, appearing diligent but wasting most of their mental energy on ineffective actions that yield no returns. Often, choosing what to do and what not to do is equally important. Don't use tactical diligence to cover strategic laziness. Find your 20% effective actions with the smallest error cost, then focus on repeating, iterating, and amplifying them, constantly improving your action precision and goal achievement efficiency. 3. Simplify life. Most people have strong mental energy during student days because daily life follows a single environment with competing goals and low interference. They don't need to worry about what to eat, where, or do each day, since everything is scheduled, and they are surrounded by similar people. However, entering society turns life into a diverse environment with weak goals and strong interference. The social game becomes extremely complex, requiring daily micro-decisions, countless fragmented information, and complex interpersonal relationships, all of which constantly deplete mental energy. When your mental energy is eroded by trivial matters, you don't have the extra energy to control or change your life. So try simplifying your life, maintaining a fixed lifestyle and routine habits, not getting entangled in trivial matters, focusing on things you can control, and selectively screening and shielding people and things around you. Proactively distance yourself from anything or anyone that drains you. Learn to cherish and protect your mental energy and boldly overcome fear to enhance it, as mental energy is a person's core competitiveness. A person with weak mental energy is like a fragile vase, easily shattered, while a person with strong mental energy is like a resilient ball, turning all pressure into upward momentum. As Lang Chichao said, all things in the world depend on the mind. Where mental energy reaches, nothing is impossible.